Welcome all, and the intent of this recording is to try and capture at least some of my game design knowledge in a very specific context, and I want to apply that game design and explain that thought process. And I will also share some reasons why I have not created my own games yet, but I have previously tried to create my own games, but my projects were either too small, or I just did not finish them. But suddenly I feel compelled to record this type of video, partly because with my recent recordings of me playing games, I do talk about game design, but those comments are buried inside these very large recordings of multiple hours. So part of the inspiration for this recording is to focus much more on game design and to try to summarize what I have mentioned in my other recordings when playing games. So I will start now, but before I start to design and talk about that process, I did want to show this one feature that I wish more games had more of. So when I must configure my basic navigation controls, I like and this was a small system I tried to experiment with when I was making games in the Unity engine, and I created a very similar system, but not as part of a game project, but just to make a small system. But this here. So what this does is this asks me to choose which button for up. So I just pressed my up button, and then left, and then down, and then right. And this is a slightly more accessible way to ask people to configure their controls for your game. But I would improve on this system more by building this into the game world. So if the game engine or game tool itself was some kinds of platformer or maybe this top down perspective, then instead in the very first level, to prevent people from clicking through complex user interface and complex menus, I would just immediately drop the person into the first level, and the first level would configure, or would be about configuring the main game options. So this could be the first level, and I would say something like press up, right, down, or left to move your character, and then maybe another small text here. If you move your character to this location, you can change what these controls are, and then I would trigger that system that I just showed when the game asks you what do you want for up, left, down, right. So that is a much more interactive way to configure controls, instead of this ancient historic way of going of pressing the settings button, and then choosing controls, and then finding the correct tab. This to me is just too many steps. But I would build the options configuration into the gameplay itself. So just a small game design idea that I would do. But I do want to make a piece of game and explain my game design process. But just before that, I did also want to explain what is the difference between game design and game development. And I have not talked to actual game designers and game developers. So I do not know if this is a common misunderstanding. But my belief is that the role of game developers, they build functional integrated systems, and the game designer, their role is to provide the context and to organize the collection of functional integrated systems to deliver specific experiences. So in my mind, there can be confusion between game designer and game developer, partly because skills can overlap. So game designers can understand how to develop games. Game designers likely know how to code. And the same might be true about game developers as well. So maybe game developers can have game design skills. Maybe they have created their own projects. Maybe they have decided what core experience their game should have. So and both game designers and game developers involve lots of creative problem solving, but that problem solving is applied to different areas. So the game designer is more focused on the entire integrated game experience, and trying to deliver that experience, to play test that experience. And the game developers, which I believe are closer to like programmers, they are the people that build the smaller integrated the smaller systems, and connecting multiple systems together until they are functional. So yes, I do not want to. I do not want this recording to be completely just me explaining. I do want to apply my knowledge and explain and describe my game design process if people might be interested. There was and just a brief comment. I did initially intend to record, but showing my game design with the RPG Maker MV tool, but after some brief testing, I discovered that tool does not function in a stable way in my non-Windows operating system. So I instead chose this this quest master game to demonstrate to show some game design, and to clarify, I am not building I am not building a complete custom game from these tools. I am more using these tools to demonstrate what my game design and maybe also game development process might look like if I had tools that are very similar to what this quest master provides. And I could learn how to use engines like Godot or Unity, but they require much more initial efforts that I have not decided yet if I want to commit to that, because here I like this tool or set of tools for being more accessible, because anything I would want to build is very much a drag and drop user interface, and that there is instant feedback. I can see what I build. I can test what I built as well, and this is a much like I can start the game design process much more. But if I were to choose a game engine like Godot or Unity, there would be much more steps to create this type of drag and drop system, or I might need to or I will likely have to build all of the fundamental pieces of my game. So knowing how to build all of the buttons, how to build all of the small spaces in my game, how to connect those spaces, how to define how each piece of my game interacts with each other piece. But this game or this quest master tool does already have things like collision detection with walls and objects, and I can engage the game design much sooner. But okay, I would try not to be stuck explaining too much. I do want to apply my knowledge and share what is my preferred game design. If I had unlimited creative freedom, this is roughly where I would start. So two-dimensional visual perspective, because I believe having a more minimalistic approach helps me build proof of concept or helps me to build prototypes much faster. Or in this quest master tool, they already give you polished assets, and I just need to drag and drop onto these tiles. Okay, so my first game design belief is that we should never overwhelm the person playing your game, and never assume what knowledge and experience that they have with games, because it might be possible a child might try to play your game. It is possible some person's great grandparent might decide to play your game, and if you want to create an accessible and very inclusive experience, then I would lean more towards to making this game friendlier for those people. And to be fair, I am not any accessibility expert, and probably I would struggle to be inclusive of absolutely all people, because some people may only have one hand that they can play with. Some people might be visually impaired. So I am not going to show how to make or how to design in inclusive experiences for absolutely all people, but at least accessible for people like me. And I am most familiar with what I struggle with when I try to engage with games. So that will be my starting place. So yes. So instead of creating a tutorial with lots of text explanations, and with stopped play and requiring the audience must read and understand too much information, I would design the learning experience into the first maybe 10-15 minutes of the person playing your game. So this quest master, in the context of in the context of creating a dungeon, and in the context of navigating this two-dimensional space, the first area should not involve too much choice about where the player can move. So what I would do is I will start to simplify this space. So if I can find some walls, or maybe a fence instead. And I want to quickly play, and I do want to move this because I recall this would trigger the play test to end. I just need to remind myself how to move objects. Okay, I can just drag and drop. And how do I test? Play test. Okay. Great. So this confirms for me that the fence does block my movement, and I cannot break through the fence. So I can at least restrict what areas the person can move through, or restrict what space they can navigate through, primarily to provide a friendlier first experience. So I do not want the player to have to decide too soon which direction they should travel in. I want a straight path just going forward. For the first room. So how do I quit this mode? Okay, enter. All right. So, but that space was a little small and too restrictive. So, I will maintain the same design of one single path forward. But I will give them just enough space so they can test moving left and right slightly. So I'm going to delete these fences, and then I'm going to build the fence again, but one tile further out. And I may have accidentally broken my floor, so let me try to restore that. So if I test now, so great. So this should visually communicate to the player that the only direction they can move is up, and I am going to move that green leaf later. But when the person starts playing their dungeon, they will enter from this door, and all of these visuals are pointing lines upward. So this should communicate which direction to travel in. I actually do not know if I can drop like some patterns on the floor, like a pictures of some arrows. Because that would also be a great way, like that would be a great game design technique to use arrows and straight lines to guide people where to go. Let's see. And it has been a long time since. Oh, I can get pets. Nice. It has been a long time before I did use this software. So this is available in Steam as a game, but inside the game you can immediately enter this like a level making mode. Oh, there is arrow sign. Okay, let me try that. So up arrow sign. Okay, that I like that. Oh, actually, maybe another great piece of game design is oops. Oh, how do I undo? Okay. Which I pressed Control Z. By the way, so this should. So this room not only shows them one direction, but if the player starts here, they are forced to familiarize with the game controls before they can progress. So here they must turn left or right, and then or maybe I should test if I just hold the up button. Okay, great. So my character is stuck on the sign. So that means we must be familiar enough with the controls to comfortably move around and to navigate the space. So probably my game design suggestion is never assume your audience has played any game, and expect them to be a child or a grandparent. And if a child or grandparent can understand your game and really enjoy playing your game, you have succeeded at creating an accessible learning experience. And the easier and faster that you can help your audience familiarize with your game, the faster they can learn your deeper complex systems. But always start off simple is my personal game design approach. That leaf is very distracting, so I'm going to move that. Let me just create some other space around here. I want to drag this there, and if I move my character back and then trigger the playtest, so great. So if I were to make my own two-dimensional game, and I had game making tools similar to this, I would start the very first area might look something like this. So one direction, one entrance area, and then one area to one transition to the next area. So this should communicate instantly which direction to progress this game, and maybe the arrow might signal press your controller arrow buttons to move your character. So this is one accessibility design I would do, and people who are familiar with games, they would just blaze through this anyway. So this type of design would be very inclusive, because new players would require more time to familiarize with the controls, and people already familiar with the game controls, they would just completely navigate this room in roughly 3 seconds. So accessible game experiences does not have to alienate the expert gamers. But I do want to connect up the next piece. So now this is more game development type work. So let me find the game's designated doors. See, rings, hazards. I forget where to find these things. I have not played this in a fairly long time. Where are the? Okay, this might be it. Stairwell, no. A door. Entrance. Downward stairwell. Okay, it must be this one. So that seems like a doorway, and this game tool instantly created a new room. So let me expand that room size, and I will try to maintain the same size as this starting room, just to be consistent. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 7 tiles by 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, seven tiles by 7 tiles. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and I like to play test often, because that helps me quickly confirm that my game functions as I develop my games. So if I go back here, great. So I can successfully transition to the next room. So I will quit from this playtest mode. So if I were to design some kind of two-dimensional game, I would start with a very simple space. I would communicate we must travel in one direction, and I want to give the player opportunities to be comfortable with their game controls. So here they must move left, right, up to navigate to that door. And now that we are here, I want to have a similar similar type space, but slightly different. So now I want them to familiarize more with the movement, because this may not have been enough for new people to be comfortable. So I will now design a slightly more complex space that requires some more navigation skills. So well, first let me remove these pieces, and then I will have a slightly more narrow start, and this time I want the player to be turning around slightly more. So I'm going to try something like this. Oops. And then I will place this door back here. And I believe another great game design technique is to create and maintain consistent patterns in your game. So what I mean here is that the way I am designed this space, that there is one door here, but and I intentionally aligned this door to be in the middle of the wall. So from a space perspective, these placements are aligned, and I am maintaining the door is now here. So if I just briefly delete that, I could have placed a door there, maybe more to the side. I could have placed a door on this wall as well, but for new players, never assume that they have played similar games, and never assume that they have played any game. So some people just need extra time to familiarize with your game. So just give them a safe space, and people who are familiar with games would just progress through very fast anyway. So let me bring my character back, and let me test the fence collision still functions. So I will go here, and now this is a more complex space to navigate. So now I must go right, and then up, and then left, and then up again, and then right. So that there is more turning around here, but at least I have not given the audience any massive danger yet. This is primarily a safe space to better familiarize with the controls, familiarize with the speed that their character moves, familiarize with the animations of your player avatar, and familiarize with what you can and cannot collide with, and what blocks and what does not block your movement. And these may seem like small details, but having attention to these details helps build a much better user experience. and simplifies the game design process too. Because instead of the first area just being this struggle of, oh, what should I show the player now? Should I show them massive customization options? Should I give them game difficulty settings? Should I give them menus and tabs of data? Should I give them a cutscene? Well, my answer to those questions is do not bother with most of that. Depending on your depending on your game's core experience. But I would build the learning and the familiarizing safe spaces into the opening minutes of play. So start with a simple space. Require that people familiarize with basic navigation. And then the next game design idea that I like as well is to slowly introduce new systems and new mechanics. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is easier for me to demonstrate these game design principles with these tools, because and with this simpler style of game. So I just built a new room and connected to my second room. So let me test from inside this second room first. So great. So I can move around. The offenses block me as intended. And if I walk through this door, then great. I do transition to the next room. So it may help to break down your game into small tiles of spaces, and to break down larger areas into these small interconnected rooms. I think this could be a great way to make game design and game development seem much less overwhelming. So starting with a more minimalistic space can help you to design and to prototype much faster. And it helps when the tools are very accessible enough that you can drag and drop like this. So no need to be a super developer with extremely massive skills yet. But yes, just I am trying to focus on the game design, and I like the game design process, but I have not found yet a specific engine or a specific tool that is accessible enough for me to make games as quickly as this. And one limitation about this Questmaster tools is that I can't, I mean, from what I understand, there is no way to create the persistent higher level context for your game. So I can make this one isolated dungeon, but I cannot create some kind of experience above that level of dungeon. So I can only play isolated dungeons, but I am not able to connect multiple dungeons in a sequence. I am not able to easily create and store persistent data like how many levels completed. I cannot create my own universe by combining dungeon levels and by creating spaces that are not inside dungeons, like creating shops, creating villages. So what this tool lacks is that higher level context of game that could be created. But I like this drag and drop and these polished ready assets. But if I were to move to a game engine like Godot, then that very likely would enable me to make any customized game experience, but that requires much more effort to build the fundamental pieces of my game. So much more effort to create these small tiles of spaces, much more effort to configure how to define all the interactions in my game space. User interface must be created from no user interface. I would have to build all of the game systems piece by piece. And I might even want to build developer friendly systems to help me build my game space faster, and to help me test my game space faster too. So that there is much more work involved there. But based on my current understanding, unless there is some new game making tool that I am not aware of. Okay, but back to game design. So this first room is about moving up. This second room is about slightly more complex space navigation. And now we are in the third room. I want to introduce one minimal new system. So first I want to build my door, and I am intentionally choosing the same size rooms so that the new person playing this potentially new game, that they are less likely to feel overwhelmed because there would be less changing pieces in the game world, and less changing pieces in their understanding. So consistency supports faster learning, and game spaces or game experiences should have some patterns. In my opinion. So this is the first room, and by now I can probably believe that the player is reasonably comfortable with their controls and their space navigation. But I should still actively encourage them to practice those same skills. So I am still going to direct some of the player space. And this time I want to introduce one simple obstacle. So I know that there are items you can push. But I must find that first. Items, not rings, hazards, traps, interactable. This might be more. Okay, pushable. A big rock. Yes. So if I put that rock there, and because the way this game functions, the only direction. Okay, well let me change the direction the rock can be pushed to minimize confusion. So if I return here and try to simulate what the player would experience. So they have just finished this room. Now they enter this new room, and no new controls required. Just when they try to move, they might naturally try to move up, and by holding up, they would push the block. So this is similar to the Super Mario game design when the jump function can be applied to many parts of the game. So Super Mario jumping, that means you can jump over enemies, you can destroy enemies, you can jump over obstacles. You can use jumping to break blocks and gain some boosts or some rewards. So this is similar. So the player by now has just learned that the only way to interact with this game that they are aware of is by moving in one of four directions. So for accessible game design, what you teach players in the first few moments of the game, you should always be using those same controls. So no arbitrary menus, no excessive user interface. Just reuse the same controls, but have those same controls enable the player to interact with the game world in new interesting ways. So before moving, so until now, moving has been the only way to travel to the next door. Now this should teach people that moving can push away obstacles. So that is what I'm trying to teach with this game design. And then I can extend this even further. Oh yes, and to be consistent with having a smaller and less overwhelming space, I will also build fences here. And maybe I will not allow that block to move too far. Maybe I would just add some limits to where the block can be moved. So I might just have this instead. Great. So let us quickly play test. So I will just move up here. Test. I can move this block, and this is the first instance that we can move here. But if players want to continue pushing, they can test that they can test the limits of how much they can push this block, and this might teach people that the block stops when it touches something else. So now the player can move more freely and then enter the next the next room. So let me maintain this pattern of same size rooms, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. And then one other great game design technique to support learning is to reinforce anything that you have taught. So this was implied in the first two rooms. So here I am introducing players to the idea that moving up is how you progress through this dungeon, and that movements is one of four directions, and the second room that was reinforced. So instead of overwhelming the human mind with too many novel systems, just pace out what you show them. So here they must only focus on controls to progress. Second room, they must apply that same knowledge. So that is reinforcing this navigation skills and gives a safe space for practice. And I want to apply this same principle for here as well. So now I have introduced this push block. Now I want to use more push block and require that the player must use their push block again. So let me do this again. So now I will move this block here. And let me create my door before I forget. And maybe I should not split the direction too soon, because the less mental burden for the player at the beginning, the better. So let me just close that path. But I can do this. Great. So now if I go back to this room, so and then when I enter that room, I can play test. So we have now learned that we can push blocks, and because much of this game design I am describing now is very related to accessibility and learning. I believe this could be applied to many games, if not all the games. And even if you have a different style game, like fighting games or shooting games, I believe the same principles can apply too. So just give people safe spaces to familiarize with controls, familiarize with the speed of the game, familiarize with navigating game space, what can and cannot they collide with, and what moves, what can be interactable, and these should be introduced slowly at a steady pace. Especially if your game is trying to be unique and relative to other games, your games might have unique systems or unique mechanics. And if true, it is even more important in your games to really pace that learning experience. Great. So now I have two rooms that so this room here is trying to reinforce that blocks are moved when you push them, and when you push these blocks, you are unblocked from traveling to the next door. So these are small game design pieces I would obsess about with any game that I would create. Because I have experienced too many unfortunate times when games I played made me feel too overwhelmed too soon, because those games do not create a great tutorial experience. Most games just many games drop me into danger immediately, or they have extremely complex user interface, or just the user experience is very poor. But here I'm trying to break down the game experience into the smallest possible pieces, and to organize those pieces in a way to deliver a very accessible learning. And this also helps games that people are trying to design with depth and to design with a complexity, because if you deliver your entire game integrated experience in small safe pieces of those systems, your audience can learn your game much faster, and they are more likely to engage with your game systems instead of feeling frustrated. And there is a limit that varies with each human brain, but eventually when people feel frustrated enough, they will stop playing your game, and they may choose to stop permanently. So instead of alienating your audience, please create much more accessible experiences. But I do want a break for today, so I am going to quickly save. Why did that save instantly? I was expecting it to ask me some details, but I guess I can save this game with no details. Puzzle solving, and the only reason why I choose this is because this conveniently takes away my weapons. Or maybe I might just keep that there. Let me just add a quick name. Game design recording. Whoops. Recording. Okay. And then how do I select? Oops. Close. Nope. I'm pressing B. Can I close now? Okay, I pressed my escape key. But that seems to have saved my changes. Let me try and save one more time. Okay. Yeah, I have not used this software in some time. But okay, I am going to have a break from this recording for today, but from the perspective of watching this YouTube video, no time should pass, because I will immediately start the next recording piece. I will return soon. I am now returned. So my next room, I want to build on my previous design. So I did introduce the block, and this block has now become. Oh, and I try to reinforce the person's learning that I'm pushing blocks helps to progress, and to help ensure the human playing never or much less likely forget how blocks work. I will now include at least one block in all of my future rooms. But I do want to start to introduce maybe some more systems, or some more variety of obstacles. So first I want to build what we need. So we need the door, and then and just a brief update. Forgive me if this recording can detect other voices than mine. My neighbors are being slightly loud at the moment, and I cannot control my neighbors, but I do want to continue recording this game design. Okay, and I did want to have one of the those blocks again. Where's the block? Okay, so one block. So now, from a design perspective, I am not too sure what the next step is, but maybe as a rough guide for me, and I would try not to believe that my game is better just because I am always making it more difficult, or that I am always making it more complex. I believe that can be a game design trap, because eventually there will be a stage in the game when people start to feel really frustrated, because they would exhaust all of their creativity to try and defeat the obstacles that I created. And this is one reason why I wanted to show this game design in the RPG Maker, because I wanted to have some of those turn-based battles and some of the higher level context, not just these low level puzzle dungeons. But yes, let me just follow that small design I just mentioned. I want one block, and I want to maintain my design approach of being consistent. So all of these blocks had to be pushed up. So I want this block to also be only able to push up. I do not want to confuse the player yet, or ideally I never want to confuse the player. So now I would need to design my space. So if until now this has all been a learning experience, from navigation to push blocks. My next step should be to introduce one more type of interactable obstacle for now. So that it gives me more tools for the kind of spaces I can create for the player. So let me just quickly finish one design piece. So I want that one push block. I want to move that there, and I want this to be a simple start. So that will be pushed. Now I want to decide what the next interactive piece might be, and ideally this would be similar to the push block. So the push block is very intuitive because no extra buttons and no extra controls required. We just walk into those blocks. So maybe there is some other kind of interactable item. Yes, maybe switches. That is perfect. So we just need to stand on the switches, and this will trigger some machine. I am liking this already. Or maybe even better, I can teach the person playing that you can push blocks onto those switches. Although I probably should introduce those switches first. So they can understand how that functions in a safe way. So I need at least one switch, but now I want that switch connected to something. Maybe the door, so that we do not overcomplicate this. Oops, I did not want to delete that. Okay, now if I recall correctly, I can tell this game how to connect the pieces. So this is now a square shaped. Oh, I dislike that red color. I would choose green triangle. So now I have that, and this, and I can tell this. Oh wait. How do I change the door to closed? Okay, closed door. Okay, now I have some more options. When all triangle shapes in the room are activated, I believe this is what I'm supposed to do. Let me test. Let's push this block. Oops, not enough space. And this is why we should play test. Sometimes as designers or developers we make mistakes. Oops. No, I was trying to hold that so I could move it. No, why is that making the switch? Why can I drag my avatar but not drag the log? Okay, questions for later. But I would just create a another fence. Then I want this block moved up here, and then I want to delete the space. Okay, now let me try again. Oh no! Oops. This interface is not. I am not too unfamiliar with this yet. Oops, wrong side. Okay, down here. I must simulate the same conditions of the people I'm playing this game. For better play testing. Okay, great. Now if I stand on this. Okay, perfect. So now this clearly activates the door and unlocks it, but this switch is expecting a constant wait to be pressed down. So now I cannot progress through this. So let me go back. So maybe what I should do is use a much more simple type of switch. So one that does not need a constant wait. Can I just choose one of those? Press with enough weight. Are there any? That seems to be the only floor switch. Let me open this. Latching pressure plate. Pressed with. Oh yes. The description says it stays pressed when pressed once. Okay, perfect. So now I can test. Well, now I can teach people that that there are buttons that you can just step on. So let me test this. Great. So that button is now permanently pressed, and the door stays open. Okay, great. Very great. Oh, that is great. I enjoyed that design. Okay, now let me expand this room. To be consistent again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And as I mentioned before, I want to maintain consistent patterns. So now that I introduced this new mechanic, I want to reinforce the person's learning by using more of these switches in a safe space. So I now want to try the opposite. Oh wait, maybe I can progress to a more advanced learning. Maybe instead we must combine push block with switch. So I'm just thinking how I want to design this next room. Because I want the player to step on the switch first, so they can understand that the switch requires constant weight, and then I need to somehow encourage or try to hint that the block is how you would the block is how you would use to progress. So let me repeat some patterns. So door in the same relative position on the wall, so at the center. And I like this type of game when we are inside, because very minimal user interface, and that is one game design principle that I value, is when games give you very minimalistic user interface, because right now, similar to Super Mario, the only controls I must memorize are the directions that I move, and maybe one or two extra buttons, but having like buttons on the left, buttons on the right, buttons up here, messages down there, having information splits my attention, and can be a very user unfriendly experience. So my game design preference is to organize as much information at the center of the screen as possible, because that is where the human is more likely to always be looking at, and the center of the screen is a more comfortable place to be looking at. But let me just quickly build this next piece. So I want to require that the person playing does move on the switch first, so they can learn that now we have a new type of switch that requires constant wait. Let me recreate that door mechanism. So if I close this door again, and then instruct this door to respond to triangle shapes, and then if I tell the switch to be triangle tagged, then I would just quickly test this small piece. Great. So this switch is now connected to this door as intended, but we are not able to we are not able to. Oh, now I understand what my next design step should be. To simplify things, and to introduce new concepts in a very accessible way. So what I will do now is I will place this push block here at the minimal distance needed, and I will only enable one direction that we can push that block to minimize. Oh wait. Oh no. We need that space so we can actually push the block. Let me redesign this, and we also need some space here so the person playing can actually move around to the back. So let me redesign this. Let me push all of these parts back one space. Let me erase this. And then let me build the fences here. I will push this back down. Let me move all of oops. Let me move all of these down one step, or one tile. So this is better, but there is a chance the person might be confused and might try to push the block up. Oh, oh, I have a better idea for communication. What if I use those signs that I only used once before? Down. So what if I pointed down like that? I do not know if this is easy for most people to understand, but let me test this. So this is now a slightly more, or this is the next step of the learning. So now a person walks in, they would see the door. Oh wait, but if they are running at full speed, then the switch is not pressed. So I do not know if that might be a problem. Because to press the switch, we have to stand there for at least 1 second. And yes, and this block cannot be pushed up. We cannot push the block sideways because it is blocked by these other pieces. And if I try to push this down, great. Oh, okay, that is a problem. So from a play testing perspective, the person might push the block too much, and then that would break this level. So I have some options. I know there is one button I can add that resets the room to the initial stage, or I mean to the initial state when we enter the room. But I am trying to respect the limits of the human mind. So because I am already introducing two new ideas in the same room. Adding more new ideas now has a probably exponential risk of overwhelming the person. So how am I going to solve this problem? Excuse me. Some saliva got stuck in my throat while I was talking. So I could shift all of these things to the side. But I do want the person to stand here as well, so they can understand. Oh wait, what if I move this down one more, so they must stand there. But now they cannot move unless. Can I make the switch partially? No. That may not. I was thinking the switch could be weighted for the block only, but then when we stand on that once, it might permanently open up a side door. But then that might be too complex. and I really do want the player to stand on the switch so they can so they can understand that this requires the weight. Um, hmm. Because now that there is some more open-endedness, that means there are more opportunities for the person to completely misunderstand. And this is one problem with game design when you give people too much choice, is that if your game is designed around a specific optimal play style, then you are giving them much more chance to make mistakes than to follow that optimal path. And I believe creating that confusion from too much poorly explained choice is very poor game design. And choice is not inherently valued. Only interesting choices, or choices with easily understood meaningful impact on the game experience. But yeah, I am now realizing I have designed myself into a complex problem, and trying to maintain my game design principles, or game design fundamentals is now suddenly more challenging. Uh, I'm thinking. Hmm. I am thinking. Okay, is that still enough space to move there? Okay, great. But yes, if the person just rushes towards the rock, and they cannot push them forward, when previously I taught them that blocks can only be pushed forward. This is a moment of potential frustration, and this may break trust with the player, because now I would be subverting their expectations. Uh, and from a game developer perspective, having the flexibility to push blocks in all directions, or more, in more than one direction is helpful, but from a user experience, there must be a better ways to introduce people to these new ways to interact with the same objects. Uh, these arrow signs might help. I'm trying to. Well, I would try not to consume too much time. What I'm worrying about this problem for now. But if I can if I can discover some elegant solution in the next 30 seconds, then I would try to build that first. Uh. Hmm. I am thinking. I am thinking. Maybe I have introduced too much. Maybe there is a more simple way to demonstrate that weighted. I mean there must be a more simple way to introduce weighted switches. What else can switches interact with besides that door? There's enemies, blade traps, brown present. There are logs, pillars, blocks. I know. I recall that there are like there are pillars in the ground that can rise and drop as well. Darkness, sunlight, torch, razzia. My mind immediately went to Bratz's. Oh yeah, maybe light. Oh no, but then if I use light, then I am still introducing two new things at the same time. That is not accessible game design, or not accessible learning experience. What is a simple machine I can activate with the weighted switch that is not the door? Pets, gizmos, blockade. Oh yes, blockades. These rising and falling walls. That was what I was referring to. Oh, moving platforms. Oh, wait. Yes, that gave me one idea. Okay, I know how to encourage us to must use the switch. Okay. I have one idea now. Let's just erase. Oopsie. Oops. No. Go there. Now let me just build some more fence so I can create that space. And where is the water? And let me delete this part that I do not want to use yet. Let me put more water. Oops. Let me build some more water here. And see, moving platforms. Yes, I want one of these. Oh, what does that mean? Arrow 3. Default speed, duration. Wait, pause for one second? Okay, I might have forgotten how this functions. Oh yes, but let me try to connect this with the switch. Okay. Now let me test this. So the only way to progress is that we must stand on the switch now. So at least I solved that problem. The platform is not moving, and I can confirm the water damages us. And there seems to be no way that we can cheat and just jump across here. It seems. I'm holding up and right. Okay, great. So this is serving its purpose as an obstacle. And if the person playing is just rushing forward, they will now learn that water does damage slightly. I'm actually curious what happens when all of my life is drained. I see that at the top left of the screen. What, one heart? One. Okay, I guess the dungeon just ends. Oops. So maybe that arrow means where this travels. So let me play test. Okay, great. And if I move away from the switch, then it stops moving. So that should help teach the awaited part of the switch. Great. So now the platform is here. This enable. Oh, we can push that back. I do not want this to travel backwards. Can I stop that? We'll pause for 1 second, then continue. No, do not turn backwards. Clockwise. Stops completely. Is that what I want? Okay, great. So now this platform completely stops when this is in the intended location. Great. So if I just stand here for 5 more seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, does not move back, and now we have a bridge to this other area. Let me go back to this mode, and I just wanted to introduce the one thing. So I will maintain that the door stays open. So let me just quickly play test this again. So I cannot walk in the water, which is great. Okay, platform creates a bridge, and now I can walk across. Great. So that now teaches one new piece. Well, I accidentally taught 2 new pieces that. Oh wait, three pieces. I now introduced water, moving platform, and switch. But maybe this is less confusing than suddenly weighted switch with the block. Okay, let me expand this room size. 4, 5, 4, 5. Oopsie. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And visually this stops about here. Okay, and then I just did that vertical sweep. Okay, so back to a square room again. 7 tiles by 7 tiles. So I would like to believe that the person playing up to this point now has a better understanding about these switches. So this means I can keep my same design from before, but I am had to delay when I would introduce that room. So game design does not always have to mean discarding ideas. Maybe the idea needs to be executed better, or maybe introduced later in the game. So now I have this. Let me try to recreate that previous room that I tried earlier, but was convinced that maybe that was too complex at that time to give to the person playing. Honey prevents rolling and jumping. Okay, I did not know this game has some honey. Oh, ice. That I might be able to create some interesting puzzles with the ice too. Okay. Door. Where is my door? Door. Okay. And if I recall correctly, I had those signs pointing down. Where are the signs? Here we go. Sign. And I need my... Oh wait, audio? Plays the C notes. Oh, cool. We can carry the C notes block. Okay, so we can create some simple piano music. I like that. Anyway, I am being too distracted. Let me put this block back, and I only want this block pushed down. So now at this stage of play, this weighted block should now be familiar. So this block should be the only new piece. So the only two problems now to solve is how to make sure the block completely stops at the switch only, and how to convince the person playing that suddenly blocks can now be pushed into multiple directions, or I mean in one new direction. And if I give the person the option to push upwards, that they are probably going to feel confused with why the block does not move, and because this is suddenly not consistent with previous block pushing behavior, the person is much more likely to believe the game is bugged, or much more likely to believe there is a problem with the game. So I believe as game designers, we should be maintaining consistent game behaviors, because that is the best way to build learning, build familiarity with the game systems for the player, and also to build trust, because if the person playing can trust that this specific interactable does behave in the same way always, then they can build on their understanding much faster. But if suddenly the same pieces behave differently, then it is more difficult for the person to trust the game, because they do not know when the game might change its own rules again. So I am tempted to actually not change the direction of the block. Maybe instead I will make it upwards. But now if I redesign this room, now the switch must be somewhere above the block. But then when the person enters the room, now they will not know what the switch connects to, because or is there like is there something I can paint on the floor to show breadcrumbs between interactables, so people can visually see that this switch is connected to this door? The Portal game does have that feature. That the Valve's Portal game, they show you a trail of light between puzzle pieces. Let me just quickly check. Miscellaneous, whirlwind, conveyor belt, checkpoint, bridge, binoculars, spring, a hole, a coffin. That is dark. Exhaust turbine, spawner. No, so yeah, like I want something similar to these signs, but instead, maybe I could use the signs. And this is another great mention for great game design, is that we should be actively communicating how our systems function in a very accessible way, because when people understand the clear impact of their decisions, so in this instance, stepping on switch opens door, then people can make decisions faster, and they can learn faster. So that may seem like a small detail, but as game designers, if we consistently add all of these small conveniences together, you can create the most amazing tutorial experiences that can help ease people into the most complex systems you can ever build. And always best to introduce humans slowly anyway, or at their comfortable pace. Never assume that your audience will be some 50-year-old ultra experienced gamer that has played games their entire life, and they approach all games they play with extremely high passion. That is a very unrealistic expectation. People playing games might be children. They might be parents. that have less patience to be confused. So having a user-friendly game does help. Or maybe the person playing might be a neurospicy person like me that struggles with concentration. So breaking down your game experience into smaller pieces is highly valued. But yes, let me redesign this room one more time. Let me delete this. Or let me just check one more if there is any like floor painting I can use. Not hazards, not traps, bars. Oh, spinning fire? No. Spinning metal? No. Rings. Ghost ring? Okay, not containers, not tool. Passive. Lantern? Feather? So these seem like special abilities. Okay, pits, puddle. Okay, there is no floor lighting that makes it seem like one piece is connected to another. So so let me try using the signs as the next best option. So I want to point this sign up. To move that over one. I want to move that to the right. I want to point this sign to the right. So I would like to believe this communicates to the player that whoops, that this switch opens that door. So now let me close this door and let me set this back to triangle triggered. And this is the triangle trigger. Okay. And the block should be aligned with this, and we should not be able to move that block sideways. So let me reduce confusion further. So let me try this. And let me play test. Oops. Great. So let me confirm this functions as intended. Great. And I should have the space to walk here and then walk through that door. So we cannot push the block in the backwards direction. Now we can and if the player wants to, they can run to the switch first. To understand what that does, but maybe these signs might help to communicate that better. Okay, so if I push this onto the door, that is now I solved my next problem. Or I know how to solve that now. So this is open, so we have space and we can walk through. That was a great playtest. And one of my problems was that the person might push the block beyond the switch and then break the room. So now that I have redesigned this room in this way, where is the fence? Let me place one fence here. So now it should be impossible to push the block further. And there is still enough space here to walk on the switch if the person wants to understand more clearly what the switch actually connects to. And I cannot walk through that log. I cannot walk through the log from the other side. I cannot push the log. And if I try pushing the block, great. I cannot push the block much further. So I've now designed the next learning room and not broken that room in any way. So that was a great play test. So now and to maintain my design process, I would now have all rooms involve at least one block and one switch. Let me expand this room. But now that I am progressively adding more pieces to each room. Now I believe I need some more space. So this is great minimalistic design because I only use as much space as I need. So I will now expand one more tile in both directions. And so one here. So now this is 9 blocks, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I need the blocks to be odd numbered so that we can have a center tile. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so now I have more space I can work with. And I am considering whether I should bring back the platform, but maybe that might be too confusing. But now I want to introduce one more new concept, and this time we can have side paths. So let me show what I mean. Where is my door? So this principle could be applied to any game, but typically games have one main story path, and that there are side quests that we can complete to either engage more deeply with the game or to build up some more resources. And I am representing that in this visual top-down style game. So the main story path always has and always will be going up, and I would like to believe that all of these rooms have reinforced that idea. So with no extra tutorial text needed, I will now create a second door in this room. So this will be the side. This is literally a side path, and we still have this consistent main path. This room I want to return to to the initial smaller size. So 7 by 7 tiles. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then horizontal sweep. Okay. And I do not want to overcomplicate this, so I want to communicate clearly to the person that they will be rewarded for exploring this sudden side path. So what I intend to place in this room is where are you? A container, a treasure chest. Oh, shared chest. Oh, I forgot this game has a multiplayer as well. So multiple people can cooperate to solve these puzzles. But I am for now just expecting one person to be playing this game space. And how do I put items inside the chest? Let's see. And where are the items that I can put inside chests? I vaguely recall there were coins. Where are the coins? Oh, collectibles. Yes. Sword coin, shield coin. The leaf crystal. Okay, coin is enough from. Oh wait. No, maybe a heart crystal. Actually, oh no, that might be too complex. I am not trying to damage the player yet. Okay, coin. Where's my coin? Why are they numbered coins? Okay, let me place one of these. And can I put that inside the... Oh wait, no, even more simple. Do not interact with the chest. Just walk on the coin. Okay, let's have one here. We can gather those coins in a straight line. So let me test this. Great. So we've now collected some coins, and then we can immediately return. So yes. So if I am designing a game that is not a strictly puzzle solving context, and if I was designing something like a role playing game or something with a top down visual perspective, I would easily represent branching gameplay paths with these literal side paths. So maintaining one for the main story, one for the side extra bonuses. And to make that clearer, let me visually communicate that too. So oops. Oh yes, actually. So yeah, so this should point, or this should show a left direction path. And then similar here, this will be a forward direction path. And maintaining my design approach to remind people how the game pieces function. I want at least one block and one switch in this room. So let me go find my my block. Where is my block? Blocky, block. Blocky. Okay, one block. And what is it? The switch. Where is my switches? Where are my switches again? Switch. And this is one reason why I prefer games use a minimalistic user interface, because even these tabs can be a struggle for me to interact with. I have not memorized what each tab means. And each tab has all of these other sub buttons. This is a very user unfriendly experience. Why not replace all of these tabs with just one tab with a giant list? I can navigate a two direction up down list much easier than horizontal tabs and then vertical data. This two-dimensional data spread can be very user unfriendly. Just organize all of your data into one direction or just one list. Anyway, that is a slight game design tangent. But yes, I wanted the switch, which I struggled to find. Where is the switch? Not hazards, not traps. Okay, this might be the switch. Okay. So now I need to design what this room should be. Oh yes. This was to introduce the side paths. So that means I can make the puzzle much more simple. So I want to be consistent. This block should only ever move up. And then what should these things do? I am thinking. Oh, maybe this can be just to open that door. Oops. So this does not need to be complex, because the focus of this puzzle is, or the focus of this room is to teach the human about side paths. So let me assign triangle, and let me assign this to expect triangle triggers, and let me quickly play test. Great, so that does function the way I intended. Let us return. And immediately when the person enters, they can just run into the block. So let me just make this really simple. And let me just block that. So if I were to simulate a person just having completed the second room, this is what the experience might look like. And then so this still opens that door, and if we push that there, we cannot push the block any further, so that should stay. If I walk in here, I find treasure, and if I return, this room is in the same state it was when we entered the side room, so that is great. And this door should not be closed, because the path of least resistance should be the main story. So that way, if people want to finish the game as quickly as possible, they can always run through the forward main story. Or if they want to consume some extra time for extra rewards, they can. So that is another small piece of game design in my mind. How I would organize branching paths. So let me expand this next room. Same size. So I have now transitioned to a larger space. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And maintaining my game design fundamental, that I should be consistent with game systems that I present. I will now add the side path again. So now I want side paths to be a much more remembered part of this game. So similar to how I reinforced I'm learning about blocks and these floor switches. So side door is what I want to build, and the main door. So one main door here, and just to be a little bit more interesting, the side path is now going to be on the right side. Then if I just see what was the previous size, it was 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sweepy sweep, sweepy sweep, 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 sweep. Okay, so this is the bonus room, and just for the purposes of showing this game design, the reward can be the same. So just 4 coins in a straight line. Just vertically flipped, or is that horizontal flip? I forget, but the opposite of left would be right in my mind. And yes, I want to maintain 1 block minimum and one switch. Uh, okay. So now I would need to design what the focus of this room is. Um um in like to like in including having this reinforced side path play. Okay, I am slightly creatively stuck now. I am thinking. Oh, let me choose the easy choice now. Let's just change that block back to pushable up only. Do I want to close this door or do I not want to close that door? Well, I said the path of least resistance should be the main path. Okay, then I will maintain that. But then it might also be annoying if, or it might be frustrating if all of the side paths seem like too much extra work. So maybe I will leave this door open, but then now I need a purpose for the block and the switch. Maybe now is the time to introduce something new. What is this? Blue teleporter. Water pipe. Huh. Turbine. Coffin. Oh no! Come back! And if I were designing like a Japanese role playing game, one of the obstacles I would choose would be some monster that we can fight, because in the context of this game, I am primarily working with puzzle pieces, but I like the idea of puzzle pieces replacing monsters in a battle context, because at least puzzle pieces are much more passive, and they absolutely require the player to interact with them in a safer space. The problem with monsters is that they might be able to hunt down the player and add too much sense of danger. But I do like the idea of games reinforcing the idea of play, not the sense of dread. But I am stuck. I do not know what to focus with this room. What other pieces do I have? Oh wait, I was talking about the ice floor. Yeah, slippery floor might be a great new system to try to introduce. Where is that? Okay, slippery. Oh yeah, what other floor types do I have? Honey, moss. Wait, why does moss exist? Does that actually change anything? A vine fence allows projectiles and other objects to pass over. Mud, spider web. Oh, wait. Moving platforms move under the web. That seems complex. Pit, puddle, broken floor. Okay, poison, water, and regular floor, safe floor. I could try those moving platforms again. I could. And maybe at this stage, the human has some more brain space to learn some more concepts. But I am tempted to just have this room for now, just reinforce the side paths way of play. Okay, I am just thinking upward ladder. This is challenging, but also interesting. Creative problem solving. But I do not want to consume. I do not want to consume too much time in this recording just being stuck. Okay, well, if I must decide now, I'm actually curious. What happens? What happens if I bump into a push block that is on slippery ice? Can I actually push that block while on the ice? Oh wait, that is what slippery means. I thought this was like in Pokemon when if I step on slippery ice, I must travel in that direction. But here I can wiggle around and still move. Oh wow, the rock. I mean that the block goes sliding off the ice. Huh, interesting. I did not know I could do that. Ah. That would be a much faster way to push blocks. Just push them on ice. Interesting. but that is a little more complex because slippery surface now means simple walking around is more difficult, and I do not want this game to be too difficult. Although I guess I could restrict the direction of the ice movement as well. And I do not want to create a very complex puzzle. Then maybe one way to iterate is to have more of the same pieces. What if I had two switches? Okay. All right. Let me restore this ground. Okay. I like this idea. So I can teach people in a simple way that what they have just learned can be expanded to more pieces. Let me put blocks on the side. Oops, there is still ice. And let me confirm that this functions as intended. So I want to close this door. I want to make this triangle activated. And let me test that. I need all of these triangles to trigger that door. Oh, and yes, and to prevent this block from falling away. Okay. Oops. Let me try this. Okay, so if I press one block only, no thing happens. But if I push both, I mean, if I press both switches at the same time. Excellent. Okay. I am content with that room design for now. So I imagine not that I have had much experience, but 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But if I were to work with a team of game developers and maybe other game designers, maybe instead of just me designing this in isolation, I probably would be showing this to my colleagues and asking them to review, and maybe we can share ideas of design, or maybe one person might discover a problem that no other person considered. Maybe a team of game designers might make the process of game design even more interesting. Okay. And this time I do not want to have a side room because I want to communicate to the person playing that side rooms can exist, but sometimes that there will only be a main story path. So this is one of the subverted expectations, because that means this specific type of reward is not always available, but depending on how fast the person can progress through the game, this might not be a too much of a problem. At least I am not subverting expectation of a required progression mechanics. These side rewards are completely optional. So let me build this door again. No side doors this time. At least one. So one other reason I wanted to show this game design in the RPG Maker tool that I bought on Steam is because I was partly inspired by my recent play and recent recordings of the Heroes of Hammerwatch 2 game. I like much of the ideas in that game, and I wanted to recreate a simpler or recreate a more simple and more accessible version of that game. And the reason I raised this is because I have only been showing puzzle dungeon design now, but if I were to build a different type of game that borrows these game design fundamentals, what I would do is eventually my dungeon would be increasingly difficult, but still have some achievable end. And like that other Heroes game, when that dungeon is completed, or when the person fails completely before then I wanted to design this strategic layer of my game, that we would return to some village or some home or some spaceship or some vehicle that we can upgrade our character. And then after we upgrade with some interesting choices, then we would return to playing the same dungeon again from the very beginning, but we should have an increased chance of surviving until the end of that dungeon. And I like that game experience of testing the limits of our choices as a hero, and failures and mistakes are rewarded with lessons and are rewarded with returning to a safe space where we upgrade, and then we just try again. And this is one limitation with these quest master tools, is that this can only for now design these low level isolated dungeons. I do not know yet if there is a way to create create a system around these dungeons. So I would like to connect one dungeon to another dungeon in sequence, like a Super Mario World type game experience, and once one level above that, I would like to be able to create a persistently tracked data of the game. So if I will have the player return to some village or some same safe space where there is rest and where there is upgrades, I want to be able to track how many times players completed their dungeon. I want to track what is the highest difficulty they have defeated. I want to track how many upgrades they have bought. I want to track much more so that I can deliver a much more persistent progressing experience, because those are often the games that I like to engage with more. I dislike games that are these short isolated sessions. I like having persistent progress, because planning for the long term and I'm developing strategies and changing plans and continuous growth is a much more interesting experience for me. Any game experience that is like isolated chess matches, I do not like that as much, and there is less opportunity for me to persist efforts, like less opportunity for me to persist efforts between sessions of play. And I really like the feedback of trying to continuously improve, testing my limits and breaking those limits, and always observing the impact of my choices. That continuous feedback loop is something I value at that bipolar, or I mean that bouncing between strategic upgrades and these tactical dungeon tests. Yes, not to tangent too much, but just slightly more talk about my preferred game experiences. But yes, I do want to have a break for now, so I shall return soon. So I do vaguely want to wrap up this recording fairly soon, because I have talked much about the game design that I value, or that I understand, and I do not want this to become a massive video, or I mean a lengthy video about puzzle design. And I forget if I mentioned this before, but these game design principles that I mentioned, I believe can be applied to most or to all other games. Because the way I understand game design is that they apply to systems. They do not apply to ideas, if that makes sense. and any game can be a collection of systems. So for example, if I wanted to create a game about fighting monsters in dungeons, and we must grow stronger to progressively defeat monsters in the same dungeon, then to translate what I have described, these blocks could be replaced with monsters, and maybe these switches could be replaced with some other obstacle that fits the context of that other game. And if the enemy monster behaves in a very consistent way, and that there are consistent ways we can manage those challenges, then I believe these game design principles I described can still apply. So I am more describing the game design process, and which game design fundamentals I highly value, which often includes better accessibility and less friction with moment-to-moment play. And that less friction could be anywhere. It could be the user interface. It could be the primary controls of the person playing. It could mean how elegant the game is designed. Can one control be used to interact with several parts of the game, or is your game much less elegant, and that there is specialized buttons for several functions or several controls? That is much more difficult for people to hold in their working memory, especially for neuro spicy people like me. So minimalistic, elegant, efficient game design is probably something I am passionate about. But I will continue this recording slightly more. But now I am slightly stuck because I do not know what to build in this room. So maybe I can still follow my game design flow. So previously I did introduce the side parts, and then I wanted to reinforce this side parts while also making the challenges slightly more complex. Is there anything else that we can push blocks onto? Oh wait, that reminds me. I can introduce one new system. Yes. I may have created some of these puzzle pieces before. Where is it? Okay, this is what I was searching for. So this danger will shoot arrows. And I still want switches. So let me change this to the push the push once. And this time I want to teach people that push blocks can be used to stop obstacles. Now I want to find one more block. Where are the blocks? I really dislike using tabs and then scrolling in a different direction to find information. All information should only have two directions. So completely tabs only, or just one big list. But list is my preference. Where is the block? Oh, okay, here we go. So if I if I place one block there, and that block cannot be, or maybe to be consistent, we can push the block, but it should not prevent us from progressing to the next room. And let me close this door and assign triangles again. Okay, and now I want to test this. Great. So what I am teaching here is that blocks can stop hostile attacks like this, and if I jump in the way, I will be injured and pushed back. So up until now, the person playing has learned that blocks can be pushed up. So if I push this up one more, great. So that completely blocks that. So this should teach that we can create a safe space by pushing blocks. And now I want to press this switch. Great, and this switch does not need a constant wait. So, and I can go through that door. So this play test was a great proof of game functionality. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need one more each side. I mean, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sweep and sweep. Oops. Okay. So that is that room, and I believe one game design principle that I highly value is pacing the game experience so that the person playing can have a rest for their mind. And this was one reason why I liked the Resident Evil 4 game, because in that game there are tense moments of survival, but at the same time that game also has many moments of just walking slowly through that space. So So up until now, I have so many small simple rooms, and each room was to help support learning new pieces of the game, and each room was a practice and reinforcement of what had been taught earlier. So this time I want to give the player a break. So this room will be much more simple, and will be completely about walking. So no puzzles in this room. And typically I would add my pattern of blocks and switches and side rooms to maintain that consistency. But I would like to believe by now I have shown enough that the person playing will expect to see those game pieces. So let me just create a very simple room space progression, similar to the first room of this entire dungeon. So this room is now like this, and I can quickly play test too. So not too much space to move through. Simple one direction. So that does function. Now to expand this space again, or I mean expand this new room. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I still want to give the person playing another break. So this room will also not have those pieces. But I want to add the optional side contents room. And I want to increase the size. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and to extend what I was saying earlier. I believe these game design principles that I describe could apply to most or all game types, and so I have represented rewards in this game with blue coins. But in some other game, this could easily be replaced with something else. These rewards could be free items. They could be experience orbs. They could be money. It could be anything. That there really is no limits with creativity. And I just wanted to add slightly more rewards to reward the person for having the patience to play this much. So let me just quickly play test this. So I have quiet, simple path, which should be relaxing, and then now we have we have some more open space, but now side content and no and no puzzle pieces. So great. That was a successful test. And well, I did want to limit the space slightly, so that the person's mind is less overwhelmed, and maybe this long line might communicate and reinforce the same main story direction. But I wish more games were designed to have a space like this, like having square rooms, and this includes games with three-dimensional spaces. But I like the idea of having a room, or I like the idea of having a space like this that fits on my entire game screen, and I can see the exact limits of my play space, and I do not need complex controls to change camera, to change my perspective, and no need to zoom in, no need to zoom out. This is exactly the space that I have now, and each of these small spaces are connected to other similar spaces, and sometimes the other spaces might be smaller, sometimes they might be bigger, but they follow this consistent pattern of easy to understand spaces that can be interconnected. And I like that much more than massive open fields that make me feel overwhelmed with deciding which direction should I be traveling. So I like this sort of way, this way to organize game space visually. And not all games must use a square shaped spaces, but they could be round, they could be circles, they could be rectangles. So this is more like an abstract guideline of what types of games I would value playing, and more importantly, games that I value replaying, because one reason I want to play games that I enjoy is that I want to replay those games as much as possible, because I want to re-experience that joy. And if a game gives me minimal frustrations, is extremely accessible, has great flow, and user interface is elegantly minimalistic, then I am much more likely to enjoy playing those games, even if they are games that I typically do not play. So I typically do not play fighting games. I typically do not play puzzle games. Well, actually, I typically do not play most types of games, but having maybe one great guide for game design is if you can, if as a game designer, if you can settle on one core game experience that you want your audience to experience, both in the moment to moment, and in the long term, like a longer term type experience that people would enjoy returning to, then that is a great start. And then trying to refine and trying to iterate on that core experience with elegant user interface, accessible learnings, and if you can do that, then there would be a much higher chance that people would enjoy playing your game, because your game might give them joy, and with more joy there is more trust, and etc. So I am vaguely passionate about game design and the positive impact of game design to people as a hobby, or positive of game design, to give people a happier hobby to engage with. And I like this interactive entertainment much more than a passive entertainment like movies and books. So yes, that is that, and then eventually, 4, 5. Oops. Oh, that resets all of this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Down, sweep. Sweep, be sweep, be sweep, sweep. Okay. So, and I do not want to create much more puzzle rooms. I believe I have now described much of the game design that I like, and sharing my understanding of game design. So I will skip those extra puzzle rooms, and maybe for now I would just assume that this is the end of the dungeon, and the way I would design the end of a dungeon, or the end of a space that I want people to progress through, will be the biggest challenge of the entire dungeon, and that challenge should also follow consistent rules, and be consistent with the previous play that people were engaged in. So it should be a natural iteration of previous play, and not be this sudden difficulty spike. And not all games must be designed around difficulty, and not all games must be designed around around application of dexterity skill. And that is one reason why I believe I vaguely enjoy some strategy games, or some games with turn-based systems, because they completely remove my need to always practice game interaction skills, and I can focus much more on interesting decisions, and focus much more on relaxing and flow and pace of play, and some more yes. And I did have a sudden thought I did want to mention as well with game design. Yes, yes. So one other game design technique that I believe is very valuable to all games is extending this idea of respect the limits of the human brain and do not overload them with too many decisions. Because what can happen is decision paralysis, and when people's minds are feeling overwhelmed and feeling paralyzed with too much choice, then they are more likely to act like a very dumb person and just play through the game in the most unintended dumb way, because you have overloaded the player's mind with too much information too soon. So this is one reason why I like this puzzle themes game, because it is much easier to communicate this game's systems visually. So I can see doors, I can see space, I can see paths, I can see spinning rewards, I can see danger, I can interact with small blocks in this world. Switches are very visually clear. So games having a highly visual communication does help, and that there is probably much that you can show and much you can communicate with not much use of text. So why explain with text when games can communicate with visuals and sound and maybe other elegant techniques? But I might be talking with a slight tangent. So when I say minimal decisions, my guideline is that if I ever want to present choice to a human, I want to present to them a maximum of 2 choices at any given time, because that is the minimum amount of choice that you need, and the more choices that you add to that maximum 2, the much more exponential processing of the mind is needed, because each choice could have several considerations associated with them, and trying to hold all that data in the working memory is more difficult. So and to be clear, I am not saying that games must have much less choices, but if your core experience does involve deep, complex choices, why not break that down to a maximum of 2 choices at a time, and you can chain these choices together, but I mean these choices of 2, but spread out through much more time. And in this game, I have visually represented one of those choices. So if when I enter this room, let me demonstrate. Do I want to travel up, or do I want to travel to the right? So that is a maximum of 2 choices in this navigation space, and I would not add a third door or a fourth door, because that is more likely to overwhelm the person's mind. But this is a very simple choice about where to travel. But this concept could easily extend to any other game. So if I am playing a game about fighting monsters, and I am rewarded with some equipment, then maybe a great design to test is when those rewards are presented, just give me a maximum of two, and I can compare two items much easier than comparing one item to a second item to a third item, because there are much more comparisons. And then similarly comparing four items, five items, that just becomes increasingly much more difficult. So similar to what I said before. Oops. Where did my dungeon go? Oh, there are multiple floors, it seems. Okay, so back to F1. So to finish that thought, minimizing choices at any single time does support the person's learning experience, because if they have less choices at any single time, they can make decisions much faster, and that means they can return to your core game experience sooner, and they have a much better chance of experiencing continuous flow with your game. So all of these game design fundamentals that I described may not seem like much when you consider each in isolation, but when you combine them all, you can create an extremely rich accessible game that is extremely easy to learn, but maybe difficult to master, and can be highly replayable. And we can apply these principles to many games, if not all. So I believe that is one interesting part about game design, is that it is vaguely like an art and a science at the same time. This final room, I do not want to struggle too much to decide what to place here. But I can place the thing that would that would trigger the finish of this dungeon. Where is that? I am still struggling with this user interface, which is probably easy for the game developers to understand, because maybe they use this interface too much, but I am not familiar. Oh, Easter egg, nice. Okay, so this should trigger the finish, and this is not a very serious attempt at a final boss, but I just want something here for now. So I want to quickly play test this. So I can walk around, and I am expecting this to end the dungeon play. So if I were to create this style of game in some other game making tools, then when the dungeon is finished, I would want the person to return to some consistent village or some home or some base that they can upgrade, and then return to this dungeon better, stronger, faster, and each dungeon provides some rewards, and And I may also add more difficult dungeons to play through as well, so that there is this really satisfying feedback flow of upgrades, and then testing ourselves in dungeons, and then returning to safe space where we upgrade again. I like that experience. And before I finish this recording, I do want to do one final test for now. I'm searching for any option to conveniently play this game from the beginning. Yes, I want to exit. Now, how do I save, or maybe publish this dungeon? Upload. Yeah, I can upload this. This is not a very. Oh, I need a description. But yeah, this is not a very special dungeon, but if people do want to play, that they can. And this was more for me to demonstrate game design in this video. So this dungeon I designed likely could be improved. Oh, I can choose music. I only realized that now. Let's see, for YouTube video. Yeah. Okay. Oops. Oh, how do I acknowledge that this is finished for a YouTube? Okay, enter, because I pressed escape on my keyboard, and that pushed me back. So that should be saved now. Saved. Okay, so let me try to upload this, because one helpful tool, or one helpful practice for you will also start ringless. I do not know what that means, but sure. Yes, I am going to ace this. Okay. Oh, I like that. This game describes or shows the title of the game. I was not expecting that. So yes, so I believe important to game designers is that we not only test the pieces of the game, but we test the entire integrated experience that people will experience. So this is my first room, and this game is showing what all other people would see and experience. So I see the sign that probably tells me what direction I should be traveling. And now I am required to navigate a slightly more complex space. I can move up, down, left, right. And now I am introduced to a block, and earlier I learned that I cannot walk through the fence. So I try walking through the block, and that pushes, and there is a limit to where my blocks can be pushed. So I just continue going up. And the only way to progress is to push this block away, so I can enable me to move through this space. Okay, and now this new room, there is a new piece on the floor there. So I push my block, I can move up. I stand on that piece, and now my door opens. So that is great. Now I have this small area. What do I do? Well, I just learned there was a switch in the previous room. So I stand on my switch. I see something moving towards me. I walk toward that thing, and now I can walk to the other side of this room. Now this room has a closed door. I cannot move through yet, but there is this switch and all of these arrows pointing to the door. So that probably means that that is how to open that door. I cannot push the rock from the top, so I have been pushing the block from the bottom this entire time, so that opens my door. Now I have suddenly a new choice for a different area I can travel to. So let me push block on switch. So now this side path has now opened. I see some shiny spinning rewards. That was a pleasant distraction. I run back, and then now I move to the next room. I see another side door. I am curious, so I want to walk through here. More shining spinning rewards. I like free gifts. They are a way to encourage me to engage with the game. Now I've pressed the switch, but I can quickly test that both switches down now triggers the door. So I need a constant weight on both switches. This new area, there is suddenly a new threat. A moving object is probably hostile, and the item shooting the arrows has red eyes, so probably dangerous. I can test too. Oh, ouch! That is painful. Ouch! Arrow to my face. Okay, and I learned how to push blocks previously. So if I apply the same experiences, then now I can block that danger, and I can safely move forward. And now I have a simple, relaxing path. So this is a nice break from a nice instant break from that intense danger. This room is now similar, but I see a path of spinning rewards. I will collect these. Ah, yum. So now I have those rewards. Next room, and this is a slightly more complex room to navigate through, and this is the end of this specific dungeon. And my player avatar has a very happy face. Okay, my dungeon is being uploaded. Yes, thank you for the feedback. Okay, so there we go. So this has been me describing some game design understanding and sharing these understandings. And me play testing the pieces and play testing the entire integrated experience. So yes, I felt compelled to share this because I was inspired by playing so many so many playing and recording games for my YouTube channel, and I was trying to solve the problem of how do I gather some, or how do I gather much of my comments about game design in a much more focused recording, partly for the convenience of the viewers, or for the listeners. And yes, and I typically like any opportunity to talk about game design, because this is vaguely one area of interest to me, but I have not yet decided to game design, or to game develop much more yet. I like I still enjoy playing games, and I still enjoy analyzing my own mind, and why my mind reacts to games in specific ways that I can translate into game design lessons. But yes, I also enjoyed creating these dungeon rooms as well. So yes, this is my recording about much more focused game design talk. Thank you for listening.